We're making an easy and delicious veggie chow mein that is naturally sweetened with honey and cooked in one wok or skillet. And it can be made gluten-free with rice noodles. Hello, my name is Nicole Bonilla. If you love healthier recipes to our favorite foods, then you are in the right place. To make this really easy chow mein, we're going to start by prepping our ingredients. And that really is the secret to having a seamless stir-fry experience. So I peeled and sliced 3 carrots, and you're welcome to jot down these ingredients as we go along, or you can click on the link that's in the video description below, and that will take you to the full recipe with all the details, including nutrition facts, ingredients and substitutions, and frequently asked questions. And then I sliced up about 4 ounces of mushrooms, and I thinly sliced 3 stalks of celery, and finely diced half of a white onion, and then I shredded up about 1/4 of a small head of cabbage. Now for the noodles, you could use any variety that you like, but to make these gluten-free, we're using some white rice noodles. And this is one of my favorite brands that I think tastes delicious, and my whole family enjoys it even if they don't have to eat gluten-free. Next, we're gonna stir together a really simple honey, ginger, sesame sauce, so it's all ready to go. So I've just added 1 cup of chicken stock, and then I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of honey. You can also use brown sugar or coconut sugar. Next, we'll add 2 tablespoons of white rice vinegar, 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, and I'm using tamari sauce, so it's gluten-free. And then 1 tablespoon of sesame oil, and 1 tablespoon of cornstarch to thicken the sauce, and 2 teaspoons of some freshly grated ginger. It brings in the most delicious flavor and aroma. Then we're gonna add 3 cloves of minced garlic, and 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and a dash of pepper. And then we'll just mix this together with a fork. Now that we've made our sauce and prepped all of our vegetables, we can cook our noodles. Now you can either do this in a separate pot or do it all in one pan like I'm going to show you. Now you could use a wok or a skillet. I love to use my HexClad hybrid deep saute pan. So according to the noodle directions, I've just filled it with water, added a teaspoon of salt, and then brought it to a boil. And then as I add the noodles, I like to break them in half because I find that makes them a little more manageable and easy to work with. And then I'm just putting on my lid to help bring them to a boil quicker. And then I'm gonna allow them to boil for about 4 to 6 minutes or until al dente. And then I'm gonna carefully drain them in the sink, run a little cold water on them, and then I'm putting them into a bowl. And then I like to stir in about 1 tablespoon of sesame oil because that helps the noodles not stick together. And then we can set these aside. Next, I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of light olive oil to my pan and bring it up to a medium-high heat. Then we're just going to add in our diced onions, our sliced carrots, and our celery, and season with a little salt. Then I'm just going to put on the lid and then let them cook for about 3 minutes, stirring occasionally until they're just softened. Next, I'm going to make a little well in the center of the pan and then add in our mushrooms. Then I'll give those a quick stir so they get coated in the oil. So we're going to let those cook for about 1 minute and then add in the cabbage. And I like to pour about another tablespoon of sesame oil over the cabbage, and then we'll continue to let this cook for another several minutes until everything is tender. Then we're gonna make another little well in the center of the pan to scramble our egg. Now this is optional, but I like to add in about 1 teaspoon of butter right in the middle because I love how that flavors the egg. So we'll season them with a little bit of salt and then just gently scramble them until cooked. Then we can gently stir them into the rest of the vegetables. Next, we're going to carefully pour in the sauce, and then we're going to let this cook for about 2 to 3 minutes. And you'll want to stir this with your spatula until it thickens to your desired consistency. Then we'll add in our cooked noodles and give it a good stir so they're all well coated in the sauce. And now we have this gorgeous chow mein that is full of vegetables and ready to be sampled. That is delicious. As soon as you bite in, you get that burst of sesame and ginger and honey that is so good. And the vegetables have the perfect amount of body to them where they're soft enough to chew, but they still have a little bit of crunch. And those noodles are so yummy, and I love that it's made with clean, natural ingredients, and everyone can enjoy it even if they don't have a gluten allergy. Well, thank you so much for joining me today in my kitchen, and I've included a link to this full recipe, and it's in the video description below, and that will take you to my website, jen'lltummy.com. And I also invite you to like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I cannot wait to have you hang out with me again in my kitchen.